And today I'm going to be talking about mystery shopping. So, mystery shopping is really, really cool. And so, with mystery shopping, you pose as a customer, right? And then you shop a place, whether it's apartments, whether it's a store, whether it's a restaurant. I know many of those are closed right now just because of the times that we are in. But some places you can take online surveys. But really, the whole point of this is you pose as a customer looking for a service. And then as you review it, as you shop that different place, you then provide feedback to the actual brand, and that is how you earn money. This is actually something that I used to do fairly often, just to be able to earn extra income. I did things like shopped different restaurants. I shopped stores in the mall. I shopped apartments. So I did all those things and then filled out a survey, filled out something that went back to the company. So then that way the brands can get feedback on how their stores and how their services were performing. And so that is really the heart of what it is. So essentially, you get assigned. You're posing as a customer. You get assigned a store. There's actually a platform where you can log in on and take a look at all the stores that are available, and then you choose the one that best fits for you. And like I said, I've shopped a number of different types of stores. And let me give you a little bit about what I've learned doing that. Number one, some of the stores are going to require you to make a purchase just as proof that you were there. But then whenever you submit your report, they end up reimbursing you that, plus they give you the fee that they were paying you to begin with. But let me give you a tip. If you're going to shop a restaurant, like I used to do frequently, you do not have to eat everything. Like, literally, just because you're shopping a restaurant does not mean you have to consume all the food. I made the mistake. I used to shop the restaurants, literally eat everything on my plate, and then next thing you know, I was gaining weight, and that was not fun. And so what I realized is, okay, I can take a couple of bites, taste how hot it is, taste the flavor, give them look at the presentation, and give them feedback on that. I do not have to eat the entire meal. That is not necessary. The other thing that I learned too is that one of the things that you're going to do is, as you're going to these different stores, you have to consider how much gas you're using with how much you're going to earn for the shop. One of the mistakes that I made early on was I used to have shops like all over the place. I was driving all around different parts of town, and I started to wonder, am I burning more gas than what I'm actually earning on the actual shop? So what I did is I started to look at the route that I was taking, where I was going to go that day, what time I was getting off of work. And then what I would do is I would choose the shops that were close to where I was going or on the route to where I was going. So that way I didn't burn extra gas to get to the shop. I was literally incorporating the mystery shopping within my day-to-day activities, which ended up allowing me to keep more money in my pocket because I wasn't spending the commission that I was making in order to travel to those different places where I was mystery shopping. So that is one of the tips that I would give you. And the other thing is, now like we have smartphones and everything, just make sure you're following all the guidelines for that particular shop, because some of them might require you to interact with with somebody who is working, on the floor, a store associate. Some of them might require you to make a purchase. Make sure you keep those receipts. Make sure you remember to get receipts, because right now, especially, you can opt to not have receipts. So make sure you're getting your receipt. The other thing is, make sure if they require you to take pictures, understand all the pictures that they're requiring you to take as well, because if you don't fulfill all the shop requirements, then you will not get paid. And so you want to make sure that you understand all the shop requirements up front before you go in there, so that way you can make sure that you meet them. The other thing I want to mention to you is that be careful of who you're shopping, because some of the companies out there are scams. And so you have to be aware that any type of mystery shopping company that requires you to pay up front to join them, or requires you to pay up front to be able to get us access to shops, those are scams. Real companies will not force you to pay money up front. So just keep that in mind. Make sure that you, when you shop, that you're choosing like a reputable company, so that way you don't get scammed. And so I want to be able to share some shops with you to make sure that you understand, like if you want to start mystery shopping, then you understand which ones are legitimate and that you understand which ones are safe to go shop. And so get your pen and paper out, so that way if it's something that is something that's a good fit for you, then you understand which shops to use. So here are a few. This is not a comprehensive list. This is just the ones that I know are real. I've actually used a number of them. So here they go. So one of them is called Best Mark. The next one is Sinclair Customer Metrics. The other one is Market Force. I've actually shopped Market Force. That's the one that I used to be able to get access to the restaurants I was shopping. I did restaurants. I went to the mall, shopped like different clothing brands through them. They even have ones for like tire changing places, oil changing places. So they have a lot. Another one is IntelliShop, INTELLI Shop. Another one is Secret Shopper. The next one is iSecret Shop. Another one is Gig Spot. The next one is Albatross Online. The next one is International Service Checker. And the last one that I want to share with you today is EPMSonline.com. And that is actually an apartment shopping one. And this is one that I've used personally as well. And the cool thing with the apartment shopper ones, they take a little bit more time, but they also pay more, which is definitely cool because that's a good trade for the time that it's going to take you to get out there, the time that it's going to take you to turn in. Yes, Shamir, you know what? Thanks for asking if I will send you the list. You know what I'll do is I will compile the list for you and I will send it out. And so I'll drop that in the comments as well. So thank you for asking that. So I'll make sure I get you a copy of that list. And so with the EPMS Online, it takes a little bit more time to fill out the survey, do the report and everything, but they also tend to pay more. So it's definitely worth it. And as you're thinking about the trade-off between your time and what you're going to earn, you really want to look at how much you're going to earn, how much, what the requirements are, the distance, how much out of your way you're going to have to go, how fast they pay. All of those things are going to impact what the shops that you ultimately choose, because like I said, you don't want to be all haphazard all over the place like I was, and I was definitely burning a lot of gas just to be able to do this shop. And so yeah, and the last thing is just make sure you know your shop requirements going in so that you can successfully complete all the requirements so you will get paid. Because if you don't if you don't do all the requirements, then trust me, you will not get paid. So hopefully that is helpful to you. One of the other things I want to mention is, like I've said in the last couple of lives, I'm going to be co-teaching a workshop on tomorrow, actually, from 9:30 to 12:30, and I'm partnering with Kelly Faulkner Williams. And what she is actually a mentor to women who want to get started in real estate. And so just because of the times, like, we know that earning an extra income is super important. So what we're decided to do, I'm going to be talking about personal finances. I know many of you know that the government just decided to offer stimulus checks to many people. So this is also tax refund season. So what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, and you can get all the information on taxrefundinvesting.eventbrite.com, taxrefundinvesting.eventbrite.com. And so what I'm going to be doing is talking about how to budget your tax refund, how to budget your stimulus check, what you need to do in terms of preparing personally, financially to be able to get started in investing if that is something you choose. And Kelly is going to be, I'm going to also be talking about budgeting and everything like that. And Kelly's going to be talking about how to get started in real estate. side of it in terms of buying, flipping, selling, and really what you need to get started. So even if you're not ready to get started now, that's something that you might want to table until after some of the chaos calms down and everything starts to return to normal. It's still good information to have. And so the class is only $25, and what we're doing is for healthcare workers, childcare workers, essential workers, grocery store employees, first responders, safety people, etc. Pretty much everybody who's still at work right now, really serving on the front lines as we battle this pandemic. You guys get an extra 30% off using the code ESSENTIAL, and ESSENTIAL is in all caps. So again, that's what's going on tomorrow to really help you start to think through how to weather this storm, how to generate some extra income. And more specifically, tomorrow we're going to be talking about the real estate side of it, but I'm going to be talking about it from a personal finance side of things in terms of budgeting, preparation, really managing the tax refund or stimulus checks if you're eligible, how to be able to do that and make the most of this extra income that's coming in. Because with the stimulus checks, it's a great opportunity to be able to provide some certainty in your finances. So I'm going to be talking about different ways that you can do that. And that is tomorrow at taxrefundinvesting.com. And the other thing is I will be providing a list of all the different secret shopper sites that I mentioned in this live, so that way you guys have handy access to them as well. So thank you for tuning in. I hope that this blessed you, and I hope that this gives you some different ideas for how to be able to. Oh, one more thing I wanted to mention too is also look into a site called Swag Bucks. So Swag Bucks is actually an online survey site. So while many of us are, sheltered at home, many of us are under stay-at-home orders. So like those survey companies, Swagbucks, etc., those are companies that will also allow you to generate a little bit extra income, and then you can cash those in for things like gift cards, which is really, really cool, because as we're ordering, we're still shopping, we still have to buy food, so you can use those gift cards to offset some of the increase budget that you might have going towards your grocery shopping and things like that. So hopefully this has been helpful. Stay